In this video, you are going to become aware, to learn, and to build intentionally your structure of greatness. A structure that will make you unstoppable. And in this lesson, we will talk about responsibility. This is the fifth layer in our foundation. So welcome to this incredible journey. My name is Gabriel. I'm your personal trainer today. And the first thing that I want you to know is that I believe in you. I believe you have all the potential. You have everything you need in yourself to achieve any dream that you want. And I will show you ways to do so. Before we start the lesson, there is a link below that will take you to a video. If you want to learn more about us, if you want to know more about me, that video will show you everything you want to know about me or about us or about the program. I also created and prepared for you a very powerful tool. It's also a link down there. It will go to a video, and this exercise, this tool will help you rewire, reprogram, and rearrange your mind in a very powerful, positive way. And it's really pleasant to listen to it, and it's free, and it will stay like that. Let's get right into our lesson today. So, I've told you we want to build a structure, okay? A structure for our lives. I wanted to build on my life. And I became aware of the fact that I was building things, but I didn't have a foundation. So, for example, I was watching a lot of videos. I was watching a lot of stuff out there. But if you don't have something to put it on, it won't last. Okay? So I thought about some things, some knowledge that will be the foundation, a good foundation. And when you master those things, you can build anything on top of it. And if something goes wrong, you can always go back to the fundamentals. So my advice for you is to pay very close attention to those fundamentals and do everything in your power to master those. The rest will be a lot easier when you become aware of those. And we were talking about the first four layers of concrete that is our foundation. And today we'll talk about the fifth layer. That is responsibility. Well, I'll ask you something. What if you have a dog and you put in front of the dog two things? In one side, you put up the brightest, most expensive, biggest diamond in the world. And on the other side, you put a piece of a bone, a nice juicy bone, or a piece of meat. Which one do you think the dog will pick every time? Which one do you think? Well, I guess we both know that any dog will pick the bone, will pick the meat. Why? Is because he's stupid? No. The dog is not stupid, but he doesn't have the capacity. He doesn't have the mental faculty to value things. He works instinctively. He works. His reaction is based on an instinct, on a program that is pre-programmed, is in his DNA, and he can evolve eventually to something better in probably millions of years of stimulus and response and trial and error, okay? But he won't learn like us. We have the capacity to put value on things. We have the capacity to be responsible, not reactive. We have the capacity to choose. He doesn't have that freedom of choice. He doesn't, because he is pre-programmed. We are not. So, what is bothering me, what was bothering me about me, and now it's bothering me because I can see it, is that most of the people do exactly like what the dog does. They react to things instead of responding to things. They are not responsible. What does it mean, responsibility? The ability to respond, not to react. We were talking about thinking, and I was telling you that the mental chit-chat there is not thinking, because it goes to reaction. Somebody tells you you're stupid, you get pissed. Somebody cuts you away, in front, you show fingers. That's reaction. It's not response. When you become responsible, you stop for a moment and you ask yourself, why is this guy doing this? Maybe he's got a bad day. Maybe something happens. Maybe, I don't know. But is it my fault? No. Fault and responsibility are pretty different. Some people believe they are the same, but no, it's not your fault that you had a bad childhood, but it is your responsibility to fix it. It is your responsibility for the future. It's not your fault because a lot of people programmed you in a bad direction. They put programs in you that are not good for you. It's not your fault. But when you become aware, and we said that's the first layer of foundation awareness, when you become aware of this stuff, it is your responsibility to fix it. A lot of people, when they look in the mirror, they believe it's a person there. It's somebody there, and that's it. I look in the mirror, I say, well, this is Gabriel. Oh, okay. But there are maybe in between 50 and 100 trillion entities in you. They will disagree with you, because you are not one person. You are a colony of individuals. You are a colony of entities. You are a colony of beings. Each one is different, and that means trillions. Tens of trillions. That means a lot of individuals out there who work in harmony for your best good, for your good, for you to feel good. And when I became aware of that, I also became aware of the fact that they delegate my brain and my mind to be responsible for their well-being as well. Okay? To be responsible of what I put in, of what I think, of what I do, so I will not jeopardize the integrity of those individuals. A lot of people, I've met many people, and almost none of them was aware of the fact that he's got so much responsibility. You are in fact an universe within yourself. One of the things that really influenced my life was that many years ago I bumped into a quote. Nobody knows exactly who started to use it. That know thyself and you will know the universe and the gods. And I was wondering for a long time, what does that mean? And studying myself, I start to learn to see the pattern, to become aware of the pattern. I start to become aware of the thing that I am not just one thing, that I am a universe in itself. So when I start to be aware of the fact that I am a universe in with itself, I start to be aware of the fact that the world that I see, the world that I perceive, is just my world. The world that you see is a lot different than my world, because it is created by yourselves, by your universe, by your beliefs, by your knowledge, by your experiences, and you see it in a very different way. The fact that we interact, that's a collective consciousness. But in your world, believe it or not, for one of your cells in your body, you are God. You are. There is no other one. You are. You decide for them. You decide for their well-being. So when you become aware of that, you become aware that you have a responsibility for them. What does that mean? That means that you are the master of your world. The absolute master of your world. Nothing from outside of you can influence what's inside of you unless you want that, unless you allow that. But the other way around is very different, because you can influence everything that's outside of you. Now, I will give you another pattern. The mirror test. What do? We go to the mirror as we go to this world, which is our world and is an absolute reflection of us, of our pattern of thinking, feeling, and acting. We go to that world, to the outside world, and what do? We try to change the outside world first. Instead of changing the inside world, we try to change the outside world. Think how ridiculous it will be to go in front of a mirror in your bathroom, for example, and frown to the mirror, but expect the mirror to smile at you. Imagine how ridiculous that is. And not only that, you try to adjust the mirror to fix the mirror in order to smile to you first. Because you say, if the world will smile to me, then I will smile back. No, it doesn't work that way. You are the master of your world. You are the master of your mirror. All you have to do to this universe, to this world, to your world, is to smile at it. It begins with you. Or you go to a stove and you ask for heat first, and then you say, I'm gonna put the wood there. So if you give me some heat, I'll put some wood. Think that how ridiculous that is. You can't expect heat unless you put some wood and you set a fire there, right? Or it all begins with you. This, what you see in the mirror, is just a vehicle, an avatar. That's why I was talking to you about awareness and all that stuff, and becoming aware of you and your thinking pattern and your chit chat, because there is something which is the real you, which you don't see in the mirror, that overrides everything, or can override everything. And that's the place where you start. You are like the driver in your car. The body is your car. And you are the driver of it. Not something outside will drive it. It's your responsibility to do so. I hear a lot of people complaining about how bad is the world. How things happen to them or just happen to them. They have bad luck and things happen to them. And they have no clue, absolutely no clue, that is within their power to fix that. is within their responsibility to fix the mirror. And how do you fix the mirror? From the inside. You have the responsibility of an attitude. The outside world will just respond to your attitude with the same attitude. But the responsibility is yours. Nobody is responsible for absolutely anything in your life. And when you understand that, and when you really grab that thing, and when you are certain about this, not just believe come with doubt. When you become certain of the fact that you are responsible and you take that responsibility, what happens? You become free. There is your freedom. You can choose any path. You can do anything. Anything is possible for you, and it's your responsibility. Now, if something comes to your mind, it means you can do it. If some objective comes to your mind, it means you can have it or you can make it. Otherwise, it won't come to your mind. It wouldn't come to your mind. If you would not be able to do those things, nothing will come to your mind. So I believe that taking responsibility for everything that you see in your world is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. This and only this thing will change your life in a very radical way. To just be aware that you are responsible, that nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you. This universe is supportive. This universe, Neil Donald Walsh says that God has very little vocabulary. He doesn't know many words. He will only say yes. That's the only thing he knows, the only word he knows. He knows yes. And you say, I am sick. Yes, you are sick. You say, I am poor. Yes, you are poor. You say, I am wealthy. Yes, you are wealthy. And it will give you more of what you planned. I gave you that example, which is a pattern as well in this universe, with a piece of land. Supposedly you have a piece of land, a big fertile land, okay? You can plant anything there, and it will return to you. It's your responsibility to plant, right? You can't expect the seeds to fall from the sky. You have to be naive. Maybe you'll get one seed, but you probably won't get the seed that you want. So it's your responsibility to put the seeds in your field. And what kind of seeds you are putting there, that kind will come back. That's why the world outside of you is a reflection of what's inside of you. Because the seeds of your life are your thoughts, along with your feelings, charged with feelings, and planted in and action. Thoughts, feelings, and actions. Those are the seeds. And this is your responsibility. Okay? You plant good seeds, you'll get good results. You plant bad seeds, you'll get bad results. You don't become aware of the fact that watching too much TV will destroy your mind, and they will plant into your mind a lot of bad seeds. Well, it's your problem. Don't blame anybody else. It's your problem. When you don't know that, it's okay. But now you know. There is no excuse. If you think positive thoughts, you will get positive results. If you think negative thoughts, you will get negative results. It's that simple. There are people that believe that it's too simple. It is that simple. So it has to start with you. If something wrong goes into your life, it is your responsibility, not mine, not someone else's. That one is an instrument of this universe that has to do something. It's his role to do something to harm you, but it's not his fault or her fault. It's your fault. You attract that. You do something. You make you made a decision, but you will say, I was involved in an accident. Okay, you were involved in an accident. That's no accident, by the way. You made a decision to be there in that place at that time. You could make any other decision. You have an infinite number of decisions that you can make now. So it's nobody's responsibility. Ho'oponopono is based on this thing. That's why he says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. And when you want to calm your mind, that's what you can do. It's my responsibility. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Okay? Yeah, but you have to totally accept that. And when you totally accept your responsibility, your world will change. You don't believe me? Try. You don't have to believe me. Just do it and see what happens. See what happens when you take your power back and you make your own decisions. See what happens for yourself. Okay? I know it's hard. It was hard for me. It didn't happen over, I found out. It won't happen for you tomorrow because you see this video today. Tomorrow you'll change completely. You will be responsible. No. But if you set your mind, if you set your focus on this, if you master those things that I put it in the foundation of this course, then your world will change. And then you will know, but you have to do it. You don't have to believe me. You have to do it, actually, and see the results. And the results will come pretty fast. Okay? If you want more from this course, or if you want to find out more about me, so you know who you're talking to, we have a link down below. And we have a video, a presentation video about myself, about the course, about what we want to do. There is nothing, no money involved, no intention involved to do something, to make you buy something. It's just to help you. Believe it or not, I want to help you. If you want to help yourself. I was helped by many people and I pay it forward. That's what I do. I do my part. I do my responsibility. I got all this stuff and I have to give it back to someone else who needs it. And if you watch this video, at least I know, if you watch it so far, at least I know you are in alignment. You are aligned with my frequency. And that's a good sign, because the more people will be in line, the faster we'll go. The faster we'll expand. The faster we'll wake up, a lot of us. And the heaven can be right here. It doesn't have to be anywhere else. It can be right here, created by our own minds and our own hearts. Okay? Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time, and God bless you.